Hi everybody, this is Mythical Guy. Today I'm going to do another conspiracy theory episode. This time we'll be taking a look at the cryptid, the Mothman. Now, I bet whenever you just hear about the Mothman, you just think it's a random, regular old cryptid that's just wandering around our globe. And if you think that, then you are very incorrect, because the Mothman is way more than that. The Mothman is linked to the government, the Men in Black, UFO sightings, and destruction around the globe. Now, what is the Mothman, you're asking? The Mothman is a combination of a human and a beast. It has the body of a human, giant claws on its fingertips and toenails, as well as giant wings, as well as a moth-like face. Very unique creature. Now, the Mothman is actually depicted in old Egyptian mythology, such as cave paintings and, so on and so forth, whatever they did in the past. But they're also sighted in, in this day. The first sighting was in the Point Pleasant area, which is in West Virginia, and it was in the 15th of November of 1966. Now, that was the first sighting. How was that sighting? Now, this is how the sighting went. So there was two couples, not two couples, there was one couple, one very young couple, and they were driving along this very lonely road at the middle of the, I think it was midnight, or if not, it was just like dark outside, it was nighttime. And then that's when they actually saw some red glowing lights, two of them. And then they actually noticed there were actually eyes, and then that's when they actually saw the Mothman, the whole entire body of the Mothman. So then that's when they were creeped out or scared out, whatever. And that's when they drove very, very quickly. They kept looking back just in case it was following them, and they were correct. It was following them because the red eyes were actually approaching them. So very creepy. And they were actually going 125 miles per hour. So that's very quick. Looks like the Mothman flies very, very fast at very fast speeds. So then that's when they reached the Point Pleasant area, which is a very urban place. There's a bunch of people around, cities, so on and so forth. And that's when they turned around once more, and then there was nothing. There was nothing. They couldn't see the Mothman anymore. That was the first sighting. And the last sighting in the Point Pleasant area was actually on the 15th of December in 1967. Now, there was a bunch of, speculation what it was. Some people said it was just a giant bird. People confused it as the Mothman. Some people say it's just hallucinations. Other people say it's, an angel. Others say it's a UFO, whatever. But these sightings were actually connected to UFO sightings. They were actually connected. If not, they were in the same day, or they were very, very connected. Very connected to UFOs. So that's why people think this is probably an alien or something. But then, in the 15th of December 1967, exactly 13 months after the first sighting, disaster struck. Disaster struck. And that day, the bridge of the Point Pleasant area, I believe it's called the Silver Bridge, collapsed. Now, before that day, maybe around 2 days before that, maybe 3 days, I don't know how many days before that, but probably less than a month, there was actually some people actually receiving anonymous calls saying, don't go to Point Pleasant area, and if you are in Point Pleasant area, then, you're probably going to be in trouble. So there was anonymous calls, and they had a very high frequency. So they weren't regular humans just talking. So what was that thing? Some people say it was the Mothman actually talking. I'm not really sure about that. Some people say it was just some FBI agents saying that, but don't want to, show their identity or whatever. I'm not really sure, but they received anonymous, calls saying that, they should, not go to Point Pleasant. They should not go to Point Pleasant. It's very weird. There's some people who actually, didn't and actually believe those people who, talked to them on the phone or whatever. And there's some other people who just said, oh, this was just a hoax. I bet they're just tricking us and this is just maybe an April Fool's joke, even though it's not even April Fool's. So some believed it on what they said, some didn't. And that's when the disaster struck on the 15th of December in 1967. Now, before that date, there was actually a lot of sightings of the Men in Black, which I would do a video about that too. There's a bunch of sightings of Men in Black, which are technically just men dressed in black, which some people think they're aliens, some people think they're FBI agents, or, whatever. I think they're actually, FBI agents, part of the government, in my opinion. But there was a bunch of sightings of them, and every person who actually typewrote an article or something about the Mothman, they always saw the Men in Black. And the Men in Black always told them to not talk about the Mothman anymore, to just keep it quiet, not talk about it at all, which is very weird. There was actually one news reporter who did this, not exactly a news reporter, but there's this one woman who actually did an article with the Mothman, and she actually encountered the Men in Black. What happened is that she was walking on a sidewalk, and then that's when there was actually a black car that parked right in front, or right beside her, and that's when the Men in Black came out of the car, captured her, and were about to, get her into her car or whatever. They were trying to abduct, not abduct her, but you know what I mean, maybe like kidnap her or something, by, making her go inside the car. But she actually escaped. Sorry about my throat. She actually escaped. So then she received a anonymous, very eerie note. I'm not sure what the note reads. I forgot at this moment, but I believe it says, "Good job, girl. We will catch you later," or something. I don't know, something around there. I'm not sure if I'll show a picture of it in this video or whatever. But yeah, this Mothman, man. And yeah, right after the 15th of December 1967, that's when all the sightings of the Men in Black, the UFO sightings, and the Mothman disappeared. There was no more sightings of anything of that. There was no more sightings of the Mothman. There was no more sightings of the Men in Black. There's no more sightings of UFOs after that day, the 15th of December in 1967. Then next city was in Russia. Exact city was, I believe, Chernobyl. Yeah, Chernobyl. That was the next city. The citizens of Chernobyl actually said that they saw this giant bird flying across the sky. They said it was like, the Mothman. And then months later, that's when catastrophe struck in Chernobyl, Russia. There was actually a nuclear power plant disaster. And before that, there were sightings of UFOs, Mothman, and the Men in Black. And then they went to another city. And then they went to another city. And then another. Possibly they can go where I live too. So every place where the Mothman is sighted, there's always something bad that happens. Most likely it is a structure that collapses. Some people actually think that the Mothman was actually sighted in New York in September of 2001. And then that's when the 9/11 things occurred, and that's when all the UFO sightings actually ended. So you think the Mothman was also sighted in the 9/11 attacks. Now, I haven't really researched about, the 9/11 connection with the Mothman yet, so I've yet to know about that more, more information about that. So, yeah, really, really eerie how the Mothman, every time it's sighted, destruction happens. Disaster strikes. Disaster strikes. Very weird. Very weird. Very, very weird. So, I believe that's the end for this video. Oh, I forgot what are my opinions about this. I believe, I actually think, oh my god, I really do not know. The only thing I could say is that I believe this creature is actually real. I don't think it's fake. There's some scientists saying, oh, it's just a giant bird, walking around, or just a giant bird, or a giant owl. But no owl looks like this. A man-sized owl a bird-sized, excuse me, a human-sized, like, bird? No, that can't be possible. And then with all the human-like features it has, such as the shoulders it has, and the legs, and the way it walks. Come on, that can't be a bird, nor an owl. Nor an owl. But yeah, that's what I believe. I'm not really sure this is an angel. I don't think this is an angel. I don't think this is, part of the, aliens. I probably think maybe, just maybe, this might be connected to Plum Island. Because in Plum Island is actually a place where they actually mutate creatures. They experiment on creatures. So probably this can be one of their mutations, probably, or something. I'm not really sure. But just the fact that every time this creature is sighted, disaster strikes, and then there's no more sightings of it anymore. So I'm not really sure what exactly it is, but I believe this is actually true and this is real. So that's about it for this video. Tell me in the comment below, what do you think of the Mothman? Do you think it's an angel? Do you think it's an alien? Do you think it's a mutation? What do you think about it? Just tell me in the comment below. So anyways, and for this video, subscribe, like, and comment. This is Kaiji signing out.